And we are ready for a Tuesday night. So good to see y'all again. So, all right, let's see if we get a 5x5, see if y'all can see me, hear me. What's the rest of the Journey song? Feel me, touch me. I don't know. Something like that. All right, Finley says 5x5. Mary says 5x5. I finally seeing myself here. There we go. All right. So, yes, I'm a sweaty mess because it's ridiculously hot here. So, I saw somebody say it finally made it to 75 in Seattle. I'm like, oh my God, would that be nice? 57 degrees when I woke up this morning. I'm out spreading mulch at 7 o'clock. And by 10, forget it. Mrs. P is out right now trying to water those evergreens, if you remember, that we planted around the border. But out there today, my cucumber leaves just flop. It's so damn hot here. It's ridiculous. So hoping that some of you are not having the same problem. I know anybody that's down in the southeast, you guys are all getting the same stuff we are. We've seen one rainstorm in the last 2 months. And this is starting to remind me of late summer 2019, where we had 59 days without rain. And it's just a freaking dust bowl. So, I drive through my backyard on a four-wheeler trying to do stuff or whatever it is, and there's a cloud of dust behind me. That's my yard. We went into town today and seeing people that had actually mowed. Around here, it isn't grass. It's just whatever weeds grow. But they had mowed, and it's just brown. There's nothing. So, Healthy Disrespect saying his tiller made dust today. Yeah, that's about it. So, but I'll get into more details on that in the morning. But what's kind of going on? So, interesting day. Of course, as usual, Joe is bitching. I guess this time it's at the head of Chevron saying, "Oh, I didn't think I'd set you off that fast," or something like that. This guy's gotta go. We went to the grocery store today. And I'm not telling you guys probably anything you don't know. A honeydew melon, $7, $6.99. Okay. I'm like, really? It's a freaking melon, $7 for this. There were no peaches in the store. Corn was 79 cents an ear per ear. Okay. Where's the 5 for $1? Where's the 3 for $1? Okay. 79 cents an ear of corn? And Mrs. P's looking around and she's like, we got to stop coming to the store. She goes, this is just too ridiculously expensive. I'm like, tell me about it. I said, but we got to eat. There's still stuff we have to buy, that we don't grow. Obviously going through and looking at prices and stuff like that. But we needed, what did we need today? Sour cream. We needed milk. Wanted some bologna. There's certain things that, some people may be able to make at home, have a cow or something like that, or know how to make sour cream or something. I'm not one of them. Okay. So, but yeah, you go to the store and you start looking at these prices and you go, ugh! And Joe's like, well, buy an electric car. That'll solve everything. Dumbass. All right. So I don't want to get into too much on all of that today, but we'll get in to Q&A because that's always the most fun. First off, I want to thank my moderators, North Shore, Jacob, Robert, Lorna. Lucky Dame's taking the night off. She might be here later. She's out doing things, prepping things. I totally get that, but I thank her for telling me that she wasn't going to be here. So moderators, you are short a man down tonight. But of course, we have this on subscribers only mode in the chat, which I will be continuing to do. And I apologize to those of you that don't want to, or for some reason can't subscribe to the channel, that you can't participate in the chat, but the trolls are getting ridiculous on YouTube, and it's just one way I can help the moderators keep them out, because I mean, they come in here, spew a bunch of hate, and then leave. And if they can't post, they can't post. I mean, you got to, like I usually keep it at, you got to be a subscriber for 5 minutes. That ain't difficult. Okay, so all right. As per normal, Q&A, nothing's off limits except for the YouTube banned topics, which you know what those are. No talking about the Fauci ouchie, no talking about the 2020 election, and no real getting deep on the climate change crap. But that's about it. Other than that, anything is cool. As I said, if you've got comments like every other YouTube channel directed to me, please put them in all caps, because that's what I'm scrolling through looking for. But I don't have all the answers, guys. Okay. So, feel free to have conversations and keep an eye on the chat when you ask a question. Inevitably, there's somebody in here who might have the answer to your question too. So, I try to get to as many as I can. I can't get to all of them. Usually, if you've got your question posted by about 8:30 or so, I can get it. But once we get there, then I'm too far behind. So, but still, ask the question in there. Somebody else may have the answer. Bluebird of Happiness, thank you for the super chat. It is greatly appreciated. Yes. Okay. So, all right, let's get into this here. And early 8:06. Good. I didn't run my mouth too long tonight. All right, up to the top. Oh, and I saw Rooster, you got shot at today, so that ain't fun, but hopefully somehow you figured out who it was. Rummy Davis, damn hot in Texas. Yeah, and thanks. You're sending it all our way. I really appreciate that. Thanks a lot. Finley, the dog hit 100 in Minnesota. That's nuts. All right. Boy, look at this, all the temperatures. Hot in North Carolina, 103 in California, 93 in the Arizona mountains. Everybody's just kind of chiming in with temperatures. 60 here now, Robert. Okay. Yeah, Massachusetts. Go figure. It's coming. You're getting whacked again later this week, Robert. Just don't worry. All right. All right, I'm going to get into caps here if I can find it. Rooster says, sorry I did not get to respond to all your messages. Came in too quick. My apologies. Yeah. Welcome to my world, brother. That's about it. It's like I'll go through the emails. I'll sit down. It's like, oh, I've only got 86 emails this afternoon. Great. Yeah. Okay. Yes, North Shore saying happy birthday, Becky Reed. Becky's 50th birthday. So welcome to the Over the Hill Club, Becky. Rustic Design. I'm a trash man in North Indy. Trailer company slowing down. Tomorrow I have to haul 4 30-yard dumpsters of dead chickens. God. Diesel $6.29. Yeah, I looked at the price of gas here. Diesel's $1.10 more than gas here local for me. It's all going to bite us in the butt. But Joe, you need oil companies. You need to make more gas. Great, let us pump oil. Oh no, you can't do that. Sure, let me get out my magic wand and I'll just make gasoline appear there, Joe. Hey, Obama wanted to know if Trump had a magic wand. He apparently did. Okay, Joe, no. Hogwarts ain't in your future. Let's see. Mineral water. Ron Foster, prepper, author here. Want to send you some free books and maybe some goji berry cuttings. Sent emails before, so maybe a subject line to spot. Okay, if you want to send me something to check out, feel free. The P.O. Box address is below every video. It's below this one. If you look in the description, you'll see it there. But I haven't ever got an email about somebody asking for that. But thank you for the super chat. But if you got something you want to share with me, share with the group or whatever, feel free to send it to me, and I'm more than happy to. Northwoods Mama, so cold I had to put some plants in the greenhouse day before yesterday. Yeah. Okay. I mean, this is what it is. I'm in a drought and extremely hot, like half of the West, well, the entire western half of the country. Right. Then you've got people it's been too wet to plant everywhere. Then you've got other people it's cold. And guys, this is grand solar minimum. The scientific fact. This is not climate change. We are not talking about science fiction here. All right. This is what everybody said was going to happen. Isn't it amazing how these weather anomalies all started about last April when, the grand solar minimum started? Factual times, factual dates, and factual results. Not, oh, look, I'm sorry, Leonardo DiCaprio and John Kerry do a lot more damage to the climate than I do, yet they're the ones running their mouth about how I need to change my life. Sorry, dude. Wilderness woman, the press secretary has got to go. How many slips can she make? In this administration? Are you kidding me? She's the perfect fit. Okay. She doesn't know which orifice she's talking out of, just like her boss doesn't. I mean, you can see that early morning meeting that Biden and Jean-Pierre have. It's like, okay, got it. I mean, this is it. There's nothing coherent that when she gets her marching orders for the morning, there's nothing coherent in it. So how do you expect her to give a coherent answer? I mean, granted, she's way out of her league for this job. But, we always could have Little Red Riding Hood back there, too, which I'm still waiting for her show to start on cable and all 11 people to tune into it. Just like, what was it, Simone Sanders? Her show lasted for, 3 weeks or something like that? Woohoo, great job. Nobody watches. Trust me, you may have got the big check, but nobody wants to hear you. Gina M. Walmart had a frozen turkey for I'm guessing there's not supposed to be a decimal point in there. A frozen turkey for $159. Smoking crack or what? North Shore corn has been $1 an ear or more here for a few years. Okay, but that's Canadian dollars, so it's only 75 cents here for us. But even then, it's still ridiculous. This one's important. Vicky and Marianne Bradford, pinball, no diesel in Lordsburg, New Mexico. I'm starting to see dribbles and drabs out of this that truck stops are running out of diesel fuel, running out of DEF fluid, and running out of oil for diesel engines. If that happens, guys, we're FUBAR. Vicky Foreign, I know I'm catching some of these that are not in caps. We got 15 cantaloupes sitting on our counter right now and about 25 out in the garden. Have eaten and given away 10. Yeah, there you go. Let's see, it's $7 a pop. You got what? Almost $200 worth of cantaloupes right there. At least according to my grocery store. Okay. Samantha, what is a fair price for wheat berries? That all depends on where you get them. I can't give you an accurate price. The best thing I can do is tell you a comparison shop. I mean, it depends on what kind of wheat berries you're buying, how much. If you buy, just like anything else, you buy in bulk, you're going to get it cheaper. Where you get it from, I can't give you an answer to what a fair price is because it's all over the board. Northwoods Mama, wood chips up from 50 a load to 225. Yeah, and you wonder why I had all those trees chipped up. I mean, it got me tons of wood chips, and I'm spreading them out like crazy, and I've still got a decent amount. But yeah, I figure, okay, renting the wood chipper was a lot cheaper than having to do all the work. So, though I did have to buy more bagged wood chips, so because I won't have enough to do my entire garden. But my thought was, I'm going to get it now in case I can't get it later. Again, that's been my mantra, and I'll say this for you guys. I tell Mrs. P this all the time. if you see something right now and you need it, I'm not saying want it, need it, okay? Get it. Because the next time you go to the store, chances are it's not there or it's certainly more expensive, okay? Get it while you can, especially if you've got something that needs to be delivered, because you know as well as I do, as soon as there is no diesel fuel or diesel fuel gets too expensive, you're going to start talking about delivery fees more expensive than what you got to buy. It's like, forget it. Gina Grimes, can you trim the tops of peach trees that have dead in them? Just planted them. Yes, but wait till the fall. Okay. I mean, kind of somehow mark, tie a string around the dead branch or whatever it is. So you remember, but wait until the tree goes dormant before you prune it. Northwoods Mama, yeah, we got a week of rain and it's been 60s to low 70s. Right now, I would love that. I mean, the week of rain for sure, but I'd love some 60s and 70s temperatures. I mean, that's like perfect weather for me. North Shore, we have a mod down. Yes, Lucky Dame's not going to be here right now. Yarn Prepper, will you ever get chickens or any other animals? I don't know yet. I mean, y'all have seen what I'm trying to do on the property about getting everything set up and things like that. I mean, it's just me and Mrs. P. So, it takes a lot of work for the two of us to do this. And I mean, mind you guys, we've been here for 3 years. And when we bought this place, this yard was a complete disaster. Okay. I mean, weeds 3 feet tall, rocks, twigs, everything all over the place. I mean, it takes a lot of our time to get as far as we've got right now. So, I've got to get that far. I've got to get the infrastructure done before I can consider adding more to it. Let's see. Patrice, I spent $136 at Aldi and then filled up my gas tank for $104. And there goes the paycheck. Yeah, it's just, you start looking at this. I've said before, remember the deal, you're not supposed to spend more than 30% of your income on your house. It's like, hey, Joe, we're not supposed to spend more than 30% of our income on gasoline. Robert, I like trolls. They taste like chicken. Yeah. Melody Allard, has anybody heard about supposedly Thursday's Supreme Court ruling on Roe versus Wade? That's very possible. It's supposed to be sometime soon, though the Supreme Court has said July for the verdict. So if they're coming out early, we know. I'm going to let you guys know this. This is all over the place. You have these terrorist groups, like Jane's Revenge and stuff like that. They are advertising all over social media, hey, because, actual terrorists can advertise on Facebook and stuff like that to, Night of Mayhem and everything like this. They're putting this out all over Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, everywhere they can, come out and, raise hell with us and all this. Yeah. So the day that verdict comes down, stay home. Watch the news, keep an eye on where not to be. But that's when you're going to see Rome burning again. Bunch of idiots. Planned destruction. When will the blackouts happen? Well, if I had a crystal ball, I don't know about blackouts, but we're going to start seeing brownouts. I mean, guys, remember this. We're seeing 100-degree temperatures all over the country. It's June. Okay? We haven't even got into July and August yet, when it's usually hotter. And the grid is already being stressed out. It's funny because you're seeing countries in Europe going back to coal because they've got to generate electricity. But, want to guess where they're getting some of that coal? That'd be from here, okay? Again, we dig our coal, we send it to somebody else. We don't use it here. We pump natural gas. What do? We send it to somebody else. We don't do it here. it doesn't make a difference. You want to talk about saving the environment, okay? You're digging coal, you're pumping natural gas, whatever you want to say. I mean, even though the restrictions we have here in the United States make it very clean, but you want to talk about climate change, you want to talk about global warming, okay? It doesn't make a lick of difference if you burn the coal in Liechtenstein or Los Angeles. It's still the global, okay? This thing, I mean, a tip and a nose crap. This is all about money. And everybody is starting to realize that these oligarchs, uber wealthy whack jobs are talking out of both sides of their mouth. They're profiting out of this side of the mouth while telling you to suffer out of the other side of their mouth. It's, don't get me started. I'll explode. Then I will get the channel shut down. Northern Girl Hobbies. Pinball has to sing happy birthday to Becky. No, we don't, because that will certainly get the internet shut down. Okay. There'll be bleeding of ears. This guy does not sing well. Chantel Hale found ants eating our black-eyed peas. What will help? I'd say the best suggestion I could do is the easiest would be put cinnamon out in your garden. Ants don't like cinnamon whatsoever. You can always buy an anteater, but try putting cinnamon out. It's a non-chemical way of doing it. Whoops. Back to the top. Let's see if we can get there. That's as far as I can get. Crazy Suburban Pepper. Soak banana peels in water. Can it be used directly in garden, or is there a ratio? You can use it directly in the garden like that. That's not a problem. That's actually preferred. You've already diluted it by doing the water. So, but then take the banana peels and throw them in the leftover ones and throw them in your compost pile. But yeah, use that to pour on. It's concentrated. You can dilute it if you want. You don't need to. Daniel Pounders, with so many soldiers in other countries, who will defend our soil if we are invaded? Well, we still have a lot of troops stateside. Don't ever worry about that, okay? I mean, there's plenty of bases here in the contiguous 48, I mean, Alaska, Hawaii, everything like that. So we've got the troops, plus you have the reservists, plus you have the National Guard, plus I can bet you, tell you right now that there's a whole bunch of vets that would not hesitate for 1 second to fight. So, Amy Stapp, what do I think the ramifications will be from Israel's government collapsing? It's going to be interesting because I guess people are now trying to call for Netanyahu to come back. That would be interesting. But, again, you get what you vote for, people. Oh, we want change. Oh, we want change. Great. Here's your change. Oh, shit. We don't like this change. Too late. Okay. You already put the moron in charge. That's the problem. We did it with Obama for 8 years, and now we did it with this jack off for 4. It's like, as much as everybody, including the Democrats, are saying Joe's got to go, we're stuck with him for 2.5 years. Unless Congress comes up and says, oh, we're going to impeach him or throw him out, which we can only pray happens in 2023. But, that's if he hasn't completely destroyed the country by then. Neurotic Prepper, hi Pinball. Does Mrs. P bake her own bread? Occasionally. So do I. Occasionally, we try out different recipes and stuff like that, see what's going on. But yeah, I mean, nothing fancy. I mean, usually it's go online. Hey, this one looks good. Let's try it. And so we'll bake a loaf of bread. Brenda Mackey went to the store and Habitant pea soup was 1 can for $4.50. No, sorry, not happening. Mountaintop Preps, I don't get it. Let KGP keep talking. Donkeypox cure November 8th. Wave coming. There you go. That will be hopeful. Deb78, Norway is not selling combustion engines after 2025. How will that affect us if we follow suit? Okay. And again, you've got to take the size of the country into play. If I'm not mistaken, Norway's population is like 6 million people. Okay. So that's like saying Chicago can't have combustion engines. The rest of the country is still fine. Okay. You've got to look at the size of the country. If the Vatican comes up, the Vatican's a country. Okay. It says, gee, we can't have, combustion vehicles anymore. Big deal. The population's 190 people. Okay. Those are the things. I'll believe it when I see it. Okay. It's no different than all I'm saying. We're going 100% green by 2030. And the rest of the world goes, no, we're not. It's not going to happen. It sounds great. It's a great soundbite on the news. It makes all the sheep sit there and go, yay, I'll vote for you. Then reality sets in. Okay. Kim, what do I think about the recent election results in France? Yeah, Macron got his ass kicked. Marie Le Pen's party, I guess, picked up, what was it? They've got 89 seats, I think, now. Where, what was it, 8 years ago, they had 8 or 9, something like that. So, yeah, I mean, that was certainly a vote of no confidence in Macron's government. Apparently, though, it's just Marie Le Pen is not the person to take down Macron. I mean, that's all it is. I mean, but the pendulum, how do I describe this? Think of a pendulum, okay? And if you pull it back this far, it'll swing this far. And, it just goes like this. And this is how the world worked, at least the United States worked for the longest time. We'd be a little left of center, a little right of center, a little left of center, a little right of center. Well, lately it's been up here, up here. It's swinging like this. And, we went from Obama, who was a communist, to Trump, who was a nationalist, to Biden, who is a communist, So who's going to be next? And I mean, we've gone like this. And the same thing's going on with France. I mean, Macron is an avowed socialist, and Marie Le Pen is a nationalist. I mean, kind of cut out of Trump's cloth. It doesn't seem like the right kind of wants to go that far. I mean, Trump had great policies, did great. Do not get me wrong, okay? But I think a lot of the reason, or at least some, let's say at least some of the reason that Trump won is because people voted against Hillary. They're flat out. But then again, the reason that Biden won was there were some people that didn't want Trump. Okay, Biden didn't win, Trump lost. Officially. Okay, I'm not going any further than that, so I stay out of trouble. Same thing going on in France. Lacey Jason, hello from Arkansas. My 9-year-old son planted his potatoes in grow bags back in April. They're huge, but haven't bloomed. Should he keep watering and keep the bags damp? Okay, you're not waiting for them to bloom. Okay, that's not the issue whatsoever. If they're huge at this point, a light watering, because if you water too much, the potatoes are going to rot in the bags. Okay. As long as it's a little bit moist, you don't have totally dried out soil, moist, lightly moist. Because if it's wet, you'll rot them. Leave them be. You're not worried about blooms at all. You're waiting for the potato greenery to die, and then it's done. Unless they're bone dry, leave them be. Janzu, I put bananas directly in the soil by roses, and they bloom so nicely. When I first moved here, a couple of blooms. Yeah, again, you're giving them a lot of potassium and phosphorus. Okay. Deb78, how do you keep wabbits out of the garden? 22. I've mentioned Billy's bone sauce on here a few times. That works. Dogs, obviously that works. Planting onions or garlic or marigolds around the garden will work. Obviously putting things like chicken wire or something like that. But the easiest thing to do is plant marigolds, even put them in pots around your garden in different spots, and that'll keep the bunnies out. Kim C. Check out Sutton's Days Cantaloupe Jam for those extra cantaloupe. I've never heard of that. Oh. And I like watching some of Lisa's stuff though, but cantaloupe jam, I've never seen some of that. Yeah, you can tell when I get just off a little, it's like, oh, let's watch a canning video. But yeah, I try to learn from YouTube videos. That's my goal. Okay. I hope you guys do it. Sure, there's some entertainment factor in it, of course. Okay. But for me, my purpose is to learn stuff. Rapture Ready got 62 cans of dog Olroy dog food, 75 cents per can. Okay. Walmart clearance expires 25. Strange they clearanced it. Okay. I'm not going to be judgmental here whatsoever, but check out where Olroy dog food is made. It's made in China. Okay. My question is, would you eat crap that comes out of China? Why are you feeding it to your dog? Okay. Spend a little bit extra and get something better nutrition and not all corn and filler for them. I'm not judging you. I'm just you all know me and animals. Okay. My dogs probably eat better than I do. Jasper Knoll got the seed box in Ohio today. We'll get it back out Wednesday morning. Okay, let's see if I can figure out which one you were on. Not on that list. Let's see if you're on that one. Not on that one. Okay, so you must be on either Voodoo Queens or Treasure Seekers. So hopefully they're in here and see that. Okay. Unless, of course, well, I'm guessing that that's not your real name, so maybe it isn't. Do me a favor, shoot me an email with your actual name so I can check the list. Texas Sass, best way to store wheat berries, dry can them or just put them in Mylar bags and oxygen absorbers. That's fine. Jim Jam, have I heard the latest info on Lithuania? Yeah, Lithuania is not, or Russia is not extremely happy with Lithuania, saying, I know there's channels out there going, oh, this is the beginning of World War III. Okay, fear porn, telling that right now. Okay. Yes, Kaliningrad is cut off, okay, from the railway that's got to go through Lithuania. Kaliningrad is also on the Black Sea. They can get stuff, or not the Black Sea, but damn it, now I can't think of the waterway. So it's not like they're a landlocked country and there's no way in. Lithuania controls everything. No. Does it piss Russia off? Absolutely. Okay. Is Lithuania saying, hey, we're just doing it according to the European sanctions? Yes. Okay. It's posturing. It's not the beginning of World War III. Okay. I don't think World War III, my personal opinion, I do not think World War III is going to start with Russia declaring war on Lithuania. Okay. No. Sorry. It'd be like Texas declares war on Rhode Island. Be about it, size-wise. Yarn Prepper says, city preppers, check your curbs for preps. Scored bales of straw tonight. Yeah, absolutely. As when people put trash out by the curb, I mean, I talk about the straw bales all the time right around Halloween stuff. People get the decorations and then, okay, they're out at the curb after Halloween or Thanksgiving's over. So great. Grab it, throw it in your garden. You know, straw bales, $5 a piece anymore. Fine. You know, they're like, yeah, $5 for decoration. You're like, cool, $5 worth of compost. Uh, but yeah, I mean, you'll see. Somebody said yesterday when I made the video on the shower about finding a toilet on the side of the road. Grabbed the toilet right there on the side of the road, took the guts out of the toilet, took the toilet seat off of it, had the had the innards to make a shower, and had the toilet seat to make his bucket toilet. Okay, mineral water again here. What do you got? Thank you again for the super chat. Do you just want to plant? I'll send you 20 goji, or giveaway I send you 100 cuttings. I mean, I'll happily give them away to people. I just got to figure out how to do it, okay? Because trust me, when I say, "Oh, I've got something," you know, 1,000 people want them. So, and I do not have time to sit there and address 100 boxes or 1,000 boxes or something like that. So, but maybe I'll do it as a quick drawing or something like that and send 10 people 10 cuttings or something like that. Yeah, that'd be great. I appreciate you sharing with the crowd. That's what we're here for. Okay. Okay. Scrolling on along. CB, my husband's a commercial parts pro, says diesel oil is very short, Eastern Massachusetts. Yep, I was talking about that earlier. Okay. Sheila Ladig, I was at the grocery store yesterday and 2 ladies were commenting that the cabbage was gone. I almost wanted to offer them one of the 30 out of my garden. Gee, you know, you have cabbage. They don't. Yes, because that's Mrs. P's and my plan after the live stream's over, making borscht, because we've got all those cabbages and beets and everything I showed you yesterday. So if she's still up for it, that'll probably be us, and we'll be cooking until midnight. It never ends, does it, guys? My God Reigns, happy birthday, Mountaintop Preps. Yes, Mr. Mountaintop Preps, I believe, hit 58 today. So, see, 2 birthdays in the house. Rooster, Pinball, just wanted to say you have a wonderful wife, very special lady. Yes, I do. Thank you. DL, what size generator would be best for a couple freezers and a side-by-side fridge? Okay, I'm going to guess you're talking about solar generators. Okay. The EcoFlow 1300s that I have, you'd need 2 of them. I run one on my refrigerator, one to run both my freezers. Okay, and that works fine. They'll run the fridge for about 11 hours or so. The freezers obviously don't cycle through as much. I get about a day out of that, but then you've got to rotate those too. If you're trying to run all 3 off of it, you can still do it off the 1300, no big deal, but you're probably going to cut down your time to about 8 hours, and at that point you're going to need 3 of them, okay, because got to charge one, you know, take one out, put the next one in, whatever it would be. The review I did this morning would certainly handle all 3 of those. Again, you'd probably be up that 11-hour-ish range to handle all 3 of those there. So yeah, not a tiny one, but you know, I think the Jackery 1000 would be as small as you'd want to go. And I'm not my preferred generator. The EcoFlow 1300, for what you want to do, that would be my solution, is having a couple of those. Huffy Prepper, When I go for groceries, I not only resupply what I have, but I buy two of whatever I buy so I can keep ahead of somewhat rising prices. Exactly. That's it. I mean, even if you can only go and buy $5 worth of preps each week, okay? If that's all that's in the budget, okay? $5 worth of preps can get you quite a bit. I mean, that'll get you 6 cans of vegetables, 6 cans of ravioli. That'll get you, 8 boxes of macaroni and cheese. That'll get you, 5 boxes of spaghetti. You know, it can add up quickly. It's not going to get you the new 1911 you're looking for. It's not going to get you the new solar generator that you're looking for. $5 a week. Nobody's going to take payments like that. But for the food type stuff, yeah, you can start accumulating quickly. But yeah, that's exactly what you need to do. Buy one for now, buy one for later. 125.74. Thoughts on government attempt to shut down civilian ammo purchase for 5.56 and 2.23. I did a video on it about a week ago, and then there was some news that came out the day or the next day that said that the story got rescinded, or the story got changed, or whatever it is, and they weren't going to do it. So I'm not sure on what's going on right now with 223 and 556. Like I said, the one armor is about 30% of the U.S. civilian production, but still be stocking ammo as you can afford it. Liz McKenna, is it worth it to get a wood chipper rather than rent? Depending on what size wood chipper you got. I mean, I was taking down trees, okay, and to rent the wood chipper was $1,000. So you can imagine what that thing costs. If you're just talking about branches or whatever, but even one of your little DR chippers or whatever it is, this thing's will cost you $3,000, $4,000. Unless you are trying to start a business out of wood chips or something like that, or you've got, a massive amount of acreage that you're going to have trees out, rent. You're probably not going to use it that often. Yes, it's too damn hot, water. 125.74 again. The buildup to a grid down situation has been for years. It's coming. Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's the thing. All this money that we spend every time you hear about infrastructure and everything, they never do it. I mean, we're running on the same power grid with, held together with bubble gum and Band-Aids that we were 50 years ago. Prep Rebel, there was a power outage in Thousand Palms, California this afternoon. Yeah. HJS video, what are your thoughts on the house prices through summer, fall? Just your opinion. I figured your crystal ball's still in the shop. I think we've probably peaked on house prices, okay, in most areas. Let's put it this way. Housing's got too expensive. Because as mortgage rates go up, you think about it. If you could qualify for $1 million house last year, you probably only qualify for a $500,000 house this year. Okay, just giving you that, because interest rates for a 30-year mortgage are now over 6%. Okay, we haven't seen that in 15 years. So people can't afford as much house. Now, you may have those McMansions going up on the market, but nobody can afford to buy them. So the prices are going to have to come down because the people can't afford the house because of the mortgage rates. That's where I'm saying I think it's that we've peaked, because we all know the Fed is going to keep raising rates, and we're going to see 7%, 8%, 9% mortgages. And that's when people are really going to start to freak. What do you mean? I can't afford a house now and rates are going up? Yes, Remember those stimmy checks you got? Guess what? Now it's time to pay the piper. All right, let's see. Whoops, just shot to the bottom. Let's see what we got. Tina Lou, need recommendations for an indoor heater as a backup prep. I did a video about, it's probably about a year ago or whatever, on the indoor propane heater that I put in to as our backup heat. Now, the way I've got it set up, because we've got a propane tank, it's directly hooked up to the tank. But with this one, you can also hook it up to a barbecue size tank, or, 100-gallon, tank, to when it looks like a torpedo. You can hook those up too. So, and that was the best I could find to cover the space that I needed that wasn't ridiculously expensive. I think I spent $400, $400 on it. Okay, so it wasn't that bad. I forget what the name of it is. Email me and I'll tell you the name of the one I got. Hope that helps. Prep Rebel says my sound is going in and out. I don't know why. My microphone looks like it's working fine, and unless it's YouTube, I apologize. But then again, this could be 15 minutes ago. Okay, 5x5, somebody says there. And again, like I said, this is probably 15 minutes ago. Hopefully you guys are hearing me better. A whole bunch of you guys talking about sound. Mark San Pietro. I just canned 13 jars of strawberry jam with strawberries from my garden. Sweet. My strawberry plants are like this big, but then again, they are teeny tiny little cuttings that are growing, and hopefully they will grow and I'll have strawberries next year. Crossing my fingers. My blueberry trees are this big, so my gooseberries, same way. But you got to plant them sometime. And, like the old saying, when's the best time to plant something? 10 years ago. When's the next best time to plant something? Today. They're in. They'll get there. Sharon R. says, why do my questions get deleted? I mean, is it deleted by YouTube? Is it deleted by the moderators? It's not deleted by me. So I don't know. But, I mean, obviously your question right there came up. So. Here we go. Voodoo Queen, contact your electric company. They may give you wood chips for free when they cut tree limbs. Yes, but, okay, and I'll give you this as a reason, because in the town near me, that's where I got a bunch of wood chips last year and year before, and had called them up, and they're like, oh yeah, we just dump them all up here, and huge pile. I'd take the truck up there in a pitchfork, and I'd go load the bed of the truck and everything. I'd bring them home, and I'd go spread it around trees, and fine, look great. The downside to it is this: you don't know what kind of trees they were in there. Okay, you don't know if they were diseased. You don't know if it was a black walnut tree, whatever it would be. So I didn't spread them in my vegetable gardens by any means, but I did spread them around my old growth trees that I have in the front yard. No problem. And so this spring we went out and tulips and everything like that, putting spring plants in and everything like that, found termites in there. Now for me, living in a all wood house, okay, no bricks, no drywall, everything in this house is wood. Termites ain't good. I was out in the garden, okay, 30, 40 feet from the house, no big deal. And we've got termite protection around the perimeter of the house. That was the end of getting trees from there. So the stuff that we've got that I had cut down is, there were cedar trees in there, which is good. And then we got cedar mulch because cedar is termite resistant. So cedar or cypress if you're looking for termite resistant mulch. So that was our reason. But yes, you are correct. The electric company will give you free wood chips. David Somerset, maybe do a video on basic gunsmithing, change springs and firing pins, things like that. Yeah, you'd be better off, go look at Guns and Gadgets. Go look at Jerry Michalak. Go look at God, Family, and Guns. There are some gun-specific channels out there that are probably going to be a lot better, because the only thing I can show you is the weapons I have. So if you got an AK, I can't show you how to do it because I'm not an AK guy. If you got a 1911, I can't show you how to do it because I'm a CZ guy. All right, so got a Ruger, I can't do it because I don't have it. You got a Colt, I can't do it. You go look at some of these other channels, the ones that maybe own a gun store, or like I said, Jerry Michalak, who owns every gun known to man. You can find the videos on the specific weapon that you have. Okay, back down to the bottom. Here we go. All right. Oops, not too far. Okay. Hang on, I got to find where we were. I'm close. Okay, next one down. Carla Palmer, Mr. P, you've told us when potatoes and onions are ready to harvest. What about sweet potatoes? Sweet potatoes are simple. 120 to 125 days from when you plant them, pull them. That's it. Sweet potatoes are one that you pull by the calendar. So I planted mine, May 15th? So it'd be September 15th, September 20th. That's when I will be pulling it. You can put it on your calendar right now. There'll be a video some day in that 5-day period where here's my results from sweet potatoes out of straw bale. Mineral water owner finance on land. I wrote a book called Possum Prepping on that and lived the lifestyle. Okay, owner financing on land. All I'm going to say is be very careful doing that, because you can wind up getting in a situation where literally you're in a contract that you can't get out of. And there's owner financing stuff that's been done around here, and people will pay on the property for 3, 4, 5 years and then decide that they don't want it anymore. They have no equity in it because their contract says if they don't buy it all the way to the end, it goes back to the original owner and they get none of their money back. So be careful with those, because you're building no equity at that point. Think of how rent to own works. That's what it is. You can make 49 of 50 payments. If you don't make that 50th payment, you don't get any of your 49 payments back and you lose whatever you bought. Northwoods Mama, hey Pinball, do you think the toilet shower thing would work for a catchment sink system? Yeah, I don't see why not. It's just, you're turning it into, instead of being a shower head, you're just turning it into a faucet. So yeah, it did work fine. Way to give you hot water outside, at least in the summer. Autumn West, what do you think about lessons for firearms directed toward women? Fine. I'm going to say this, guys, and if it gets me kicked off of YouTube, that's fine. Men and women are different. As simple as that, okay? We have different physical capabilities. Men's hands are bigger, okay? You start talking about, there used to be the comment, oh, it's a lady's pistol. Well, guess what? Yes, it was, because back in the day, people weren't confused about, their gender. They knew how to define what a woman was. I mean, somehow we got really stupid here in the last few years, but women have smaller hands, okay? Mrs. P's gun is smaller than mine. Why? It's easier for her to control. It's not as heavy, it's not as big, and it doesn't kick as much, okay? Yes, I'm absolutely a proponent of that, you know, and it may not just be women. If you're a small framed guy, which there are plenty, you know, most of them happen to be wearing skinny jeans and eating soy burgers, but you know, hey, go for it. You know, if you have to train with what is comfortable for you. I mean, giving a 5'1", 90-pound woman an M60 and say, here, hump this. Are you kidding me? No, it's not going to happen. So, all right. Lucky Dame made it. Hello, my dear. Lisa Garrett, what's my take on the grand solar minimum? I've done many videos on it. The grand solar minimum is a fact. Climate change is fiction. There's my take on it. Camp 4 Low. I'm down in Baja North on the coast. They use a big buddy heater in the winter here. Works like a charm. Yeah, I think I gave one of those away in one of the giveaways that we did. Nice little thing. The only problem with those is you have to have a good stack of those propane canisters. Just be aware, you know, of what you need there. Flint McRock, any tips on saving pepper seeds? Yes, you have to let, this goes for any fruit, you have to let the fruit go to full maturity. You can't pick, you know, just a pepper up off the vine like, you know, the peppers I'm picking right now. They're still young peppers, okay? The seeds aren't mature. You have to literally let that plant, that pepper or whatever it is, get to the point of completely ripe, to the point where it's going to fall off the plant. If it actually does fall off the plant on its own, that's the one you want to get seeds from. That one's ripe, because how does a, you know, what's the whole point of the pepper doing, or any plant? It's trying to reproduce. So it grows that pepper with all those seeds in it. The seeds finally fall, and that's next year's plant. So if you can wait till one falls off the plant, that's the one you want to save seeds from. You know, like I said, cucumbers or anything like that, you're not going to grow seeds out of a green cucumber. You need that thing to turn bright yellow. Then it's fully mature. Those are the seeds that are mature. Gloria Earwood recently purchased an EcoFlow Delta 1300. What solar panels did I recommend? I have the 12 Cvan TWEL SEAVAN 120 watt panels that you can get on Amazon, but wait till they go on sale. They go on sale all the time. You can get them for $169. They're normally $219 or $229. Wait till they drop to $169, which happens a couple of times a month. Very good solar panels. I like those a lot better than the one EcoFlow panel I have. I'm not a fan of the EcoFlow panels. Sharon R., my pepper plants are light green, not dark green. Is it my soil? Probably, yeah. Big Dog Ma, Pinball, did you see Rudy's video on propane gas today? Alaska Prepper, grr. Our government needs to be shipped elsewhere instead of our resources. I have not watched any videos today. As you saw when I came on, I was soaking, my hair was soaking wet. No, I did not get a haircut yet. But yeah, I've been out working and shopping and you know, typical around here, Mrs. P and I are go, 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 go until we finally fall down and collapse. I didn't get a chance to watch much of anything today. Bucknut 1978, what model of EcoFlow would be best for a family of 5? You're going to have to figure out what you want to use it for. I mean, do you need it for running the refrigerator and freezer, that's great. You need it for lights. I mean, it's not how big the family is, it's what you intend on running. Okay. Okay, somebody just said they're 169 now. So yeah, if you go get them, do that. Kentucky Believer says, have I ever built a thermal air heater? If that's that thing with the tin cans that you paint black and everything like that, that's bullshit. It doesn't work. Okay. Lady Jacqueline, please, we need help choosing a pressure canner. A lot of people swear by the All-American canners. That's great. I mean, they're high-quality things. I've got a Presto. It works fine. I think I spent $79 on it. You can if you want. You don't have to. So, there's plenty of people who tell you they've got these canners they've had for 30 years that were inexpensive canners. Don't. Yes, All-American canners are the top of the line, okay? But I will say this, not everybody drives a Cadillac. Plenty of people drive Chevys too. All right, it is 9 o'clock, and I'm assuming that Angry Pepper's going on. I don't want to step on his toes, so I will let everybody go. Y'all have a good evening. We'll see you in the morning. Pinball out.